Warning: sensitive images.
Peace for Ukraine or Ukraine.
Be vegan. Make peace. Do good deeds. Heaven Godspeed.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
It's absolutely not a step in the right direction to have humane meat or pasture-based or organic ranching. That is not a step in the humane direction or the right direction. I think the step in the right direction is every vegan step we take.
Continue watching to find out more.
Vegan for your redemption.
Wonderful viewers, Guten Tag means good day in German, which is one of the languages spoken in the eastern parts of the Walloon region in Belgium. I am Elio. The gentle people of Wallonia appreciate you for helping to make the world a better place. May you be empowered by God in your noble deeds. Welcome to the concluding episode of our show entitled Lee Hall, Vegan, a life committed to animal people liberation, Part 2 of 2. Lee Hall, Vegan, is a lawyer, environmental law specialist, writer, author, public speaker, and has been passionately advocating for animal people rights for nearly 4 decades. In our previous episode, Lee explained the meaning of animal people liberation and how it can be achieved. On today's program, Lee discusses why both the environmental and vegan movements are essential for animal people liberation.
Environmentalism is important to animal rights because environmentalism is the defense of habitat, and that is the home of free living animals. In other words, if you have rights or if you have animal liberation, what good is it if you don't have a habitat to experience it on? If there's no place for you in nature to experience life on your own terms, then are animal rights or is animal liberation really meaningful? No. So environmentalism is essential. So if you connect environmentalism, which is a movement on its own, with animal advocacy, which is another movement, and you mesh them together, that's when you get animal liberation. You have the advocates protecting habitat, and you have the advocates saying animals matter because they matter, not just the surroundings, not just the environment, but because they have lives and experiences and communities and evolution. They should be respected and loved for that. And by love, I mean freedom can be loved. Part of love can be respecting that they have freedom and we don't have to hug them. We know they're raising their families and they're running about, and we can love them just as they are free. So environmentalism and animal advocacy together is what brings us to animal liberation.
Each year, more than 80 billion helpless, innocent animal people are slaughtered globally for so-called food. Lee suggests 2 actions that would help stop the animal people industrial raising operations.
What are we going to do to divest ourselves from animal farming and animal ranching? So is there something we can do to stop our government from, for example, financially helping dairy systems, helping animal farmers, subsidizing animal farmers. Governments do this all the time. And that's why milk is so cheap. And that's why flesh products are so cheap. Animal products in the grocery stores are so cheap because the government helps them. Well, we need to withdraw that help. So we need to work to stop this, all the different kinds of government help for animal agribusiness. And of course, that means that a great deal of our work is in vegan advocacy, because we absolutely do have to lower and phase out the demand for these so-called food systems. We need to inspire people to appreciate a way to get their food directly from plants and to realize how delicious it can be.
Some people believe that by consuming only humanly raised or grass-fed animal people, they are taking a step in the right direction. What does Lee think about this?
A lot of the food companies have figured out that if they sell so-called humane meat, as they call it, grass-fed, regenerative grazing, all these keywords, all these buzzwords that we're hearing from, these are marketing terms. And we've always seen companies try to make something look environmentally friendly and green. We call it greenwashing. Well, we know it when we see it. Well, the same thing goes for hogwashing. So in the animal agribusiness, we have this peculiar form of greenwashing that I will call hogwashing, because we take animal agribusiness and we try to make it acceptable. It's absolutely not a step in the right direction to have humane meat or pasture-based or organic ranching. That is not a step in the humane direction or the right direction. I think the step in the right direction is every vegan step we take. That's a step. A step to the vegan restaurant is a step in the right direction. A step to the kitchen, where we're making summer rolls and we're making our own vegan ice cream or what have you. That's a step in the right direction.
Should veganism be left as a personal choice? Should ethics and sustainability be taken into consideration when choosing our diet? Lee shares these thoughts.
Should we leave veganism as a matter of personal choice? That way of framing the issue, I think, leaves out the choices of those we oppress. So we could say what our diet is a personal choice, but I don't think that as a vegan I've made a choice. I think I've made a commitment. I made a decision. I've committed to respecting animals, and I've committed to that for life. So I would say that ethics and sustainability have to be taken seriously. Otherwise, we have oppression. And we shouldn't be surprised if we see oppression turning up everywhere humans turn up. You could say it's a personal choice, but I'd like a future where we all think that that is a commitment we'd all like to make.
Don't be vegan, because the hospital is not quite full yet.
We also envision this future, Lee. We'll take a moment to pray that all people soon make a commitment to the vegan lifestyle. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Gentle viewers, welcome back to our program, Lee Hall Vegan, a life committed to animal people liberation. According to Lee, one very important aspect of vegan advocacy is teaching others how to prepare delicious plant-based dishes. Consequently, Lee co-authored a cookbook called Dining with Friends: The Art of North American Vegan Cuisine.
Our goal was, let's make it so that anyone, anywhere in North America could easily find the ingredients and cook them and make wonderful recipes. And recipes they'd be proud to share if they had a gathering at home, for example, among friends. I do still believe that bringing veganism into everyday living, into everyday kitchens, is the best politics. And I believe that veganism is direct action. You can't get more profound or more basic than what you do every day. Robin, the friend who convinced me to go vegan back in 1983, Robin's mother sent me a postcard that said, "Animal rights begins in the kitchen." So I framed it and put it up on the wall in my kitchen.
Today, dining out is also easier for vegans, as many restaurants offer delicious plant-based options. Lee commends the excellent example set by Laughing Hut, a vegan restaurant chain inspired by Supreme Master Ching Hai Vegan.
When I think of vegan options, I really would like to thank Loving Hut. At a Loving Hut restaurant, every offering on the menu is animal-free. And isn't that wonderful? If I could transport myself anywhere, I think it would be to Archway Tube Station in London. And I would come out of the tube station and walk over to the Loving Hut in Archway in London. And I would sit down in the most elegant surroundings, beautiful restaurant in the Loving Hut in London. And I would order, I think, the aromatic veggie duck, or the tofu with ginger and spring onion, or fragrant braised aubergine. And I think this is what it's like, going from vegan as an option to going to vegan as an offering. Thank you for doing this. I always have a good feeling about Loving Hut restaurants. You do such beautiful work. And internationally, it's such important advocacy as well as art. And I think animal liberation is an art.
For decades, Lee Hall has worked tirelessly to inform others about the importance of the vegan lifestyle. Lee says that speaking about veganism helps it to spread.
I think that as long as the word vegan is being said, then people are hearing it, and then people are being persuaded. If you don't hear it, you can't be persuaded by it. The first time I heard it was my chance to be persuaded by it. So we need to hear it. And the more we hear it, the more people are persuaded every single moment. And that is direct action. That is the success in the last few decades of this movement.
If we want to create a brighter future, Lee Hall says we must change our lifestyle.
We need to think about how to reconceive simplicity as elegance. When we eat plant-based diets, we're eating directly from the earth. We're not breeding and raising and grazing and storing non-human animals and raising feed crops throughout the world and shipping them throughout the world and feeding these animals and making these animals grow to the point where it's obscene and then slaughtering them. And all this unnecessary behavior we're engaged in to get protein and nutrients when we could be getting them directly from the plants and save so much of the earth's land and resources and stop the runoff into the oceans. We could do all these things by stopping animal agribusiness, and we could live more simply, directly from the earth.
As our fascinating interview drew to a close, Lee shared the following wish for the world.
Love and liberation for other animals and for the human spirit. I wish for all beings to be free, to evolve in their own communities on their own terms.
Our heartfelt appreciation to you, Lee Hall, for your unwavering commitment to the vegan lifestyle and the liberation of animal people. We admire your tireless dedication and wish you much success in all your future noble endeavors. Our most gracious Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, frequently reminds us that a vegan lifestyle is essential not only to save our world, but also for our spiritual upliftment.
Being vegan simply means that we protect all the animal people. This killing of other beings must be stopped for humanity to evolve as a civilization. The benefits of doing so are manifold. Besides the restoration of health, biodiversity will be allowed to thrive, planet equilibrium restored, along with the easing of our own conscience and our capacity for elevated consciousness. All these are the fruits of a more compassionate diet. This loving attitude also creates a more peaceful atmosphere that brings greater comfort to all beings. At peace with ourselves in the knowledge that we did not cause anguish or pain to our fellow animal brethren, we will have the inner tranquility to pursue our spiritual endeavors wholeheartedly.
Our deepest gratitude to Supreme Master Ching Hai for sharing her deep wisdom. We pray that all beings heed her words and quickly shift to the noble, compassionate vegan lifestyle for the benefit of all. For more information on Lee Hall and the Studio for the Art of Animal Liberation, please visit veganplace.blog and patreon.com/Lee Hall.
What man with a human heart who has ever cared for domestic animals could look into their eyes, so full of confidence and affection, and willingly give them over to the butcher's knife? How could he devour their flesh as a sweet morsel? Raymond Rocco, vegan.
Noble viewers, thank you for joining us for today's show. Coming up next is Encouragements of Love, Part 11 of 15, on Between Master and Disciples, right after noteworthy news. May you grow daily in wisdom, love, and nobility.
Russia, go home now.
Be vegan. Make peace. Do good deeds. Hell not reach.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/VE.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule et suprememastertv.com/VE.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/VE.
మా కార్యక్రమాలు అందజేస్తున్నాయి అనేక భాషలలో. దయచేసి చూడండి suprememastertv.com/schedule మరియు suprememastertv.com/VE.